দেখছেন বাংলাএমজ নিউজ। আমরা সত্যি চাপি না, সত্যি ছাপি। Please like and subscribe our channel for further updates.
Up till 3 o'clock, 3:15. They were right, brochure. Yeah. 50.
Maybe you can cover up to 3 o'clock and then have questions.
Yeah.
It will be more interactive. They will love to talk to her.
To start with, people might be surprised that what am I going to tell over here, because people mostly think that spirituality has nothing to do with our commercial lifestyle. I would like to say spirituality can affect in each and every part of our life, because spirituality is the root of our existence. Jainism says we have two kinds of existence. One is soul existence and one is body existence. We have two kinds of existence. Soul has a different existence and different properties. Body has a different existence and different properties. When both unite, at that time we get a life in this as a human birth. Now, to start with, everybody says that we need positivity in our life. How does positivity start actually? What is the first step of positivity? Everybody knows, we speak every day that we need positivity, we need positivity, we need positivity. Is there any classification of positivity? Jainism has that classification of positivity. What is the classification of positivity? There are 3 steps of positivity. First is arugam, that is health. Second is wisdom, that is your inner knowledge. And third is serenity, that is your inner coolness, calmness. These are the 3 steps of positivity. If you are inclined towards your health, towards the betterment of your health, I may say that you are a positive person. But if you are not inclined towards your health, if you are ignorant towards your health, some or the other way, you might be negative in your life. To start with positivity, you should also follow these 3 things: arugam, health; bohilabam, knowledge; and serenity, samahivaram. These are the 3 steps. Now, to start with, why Jainism plays an important role in spirituality. Everybody knows in this world, if you travel all over the world, if you want to eat a vegetarian food, if any person wants to eat a pure vegetarian food when he's traveling to international flights or international places, if you ask for any diet or plate in the name of a region, in the name of region means Italian, Mexican, you will get. You will get South Indian, you will get North Indian. But if you ask a food plate or food diet in the name of a religion, there is no religion in this world. No Islam food plate, no Christian food plate, no Sikh food plate. There is only one food plate available all over the world, that is a Jain food plate. Why? Why it has got so much of accreditation all over the world? Why people are behind, they want to know the philosophy of Jainism. What is it? That is what I am going to speak today. And another thing what I want to actually elaborate and concentrate is, each and every religion perform their life transforming activities in their prayer places. Life transforming activities means where your thought process changes. There are 3 kinds of activities. First is to get birth, second is to marry, and third is to leave this abode, means to die. All the 3 ceremonies are performed in their respective prayer places. Means if a Christian is born, or if he gets married, or if he dies, all the ceremonies are conducted in a church. If a Muslim dies, if a Muslim gets married, all the spiritual practices, all the practices of these ceremony are carried out by their respective dharma gurus. Whereas in Jainism, none of these activities are performed either by a Jain guru or in Jain prayer places. Means, this shows that other all religions are inclined towards culture more rather than spirituality, whereas Jainism only emphasizes spirituality. It has left the cultural part towards the other parts of the society. Jainism actually emphasizes on spirituality particularly. Now, why I am speaking about this Jain diet and health? You might be knowing that Jain sadhus, they endure a lot of hardships. They undergo a lot of hardships, and then also you might be surprised, after walking for miles and miles, then also we are able to maintain our health as some superhero. We walk for 25 kilometers, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, we can walk every day. I came all along Hyderabad to Kolkata in 3 months walking. But then also I maintain my health. Then also my health is not deteriorated. Not a single day मुझे सर्दी हुई, खांसी हुई. No, I am not coughing on the way, not at all. Whereas I am very healthy. When I climb stairs, I have my layman with me. We climb stairs, we climb many buildings. Only after climbing 2 or 3 floors, they start. But I climb at one set, I climb 10 floors, and then also after 10 floors also I am same as I was on the first floor. We are maintaining the best health approximately in this modern world. Now, how we are able to do this science I am going to tell you. We follow 9 disciplines in our life, which are stated in Jain Sutras, Jain Agamas. The first discipline which we follow in maintaining our health, in maintaining our addiction towards food, you might be knowing, we go only for Diksha once in a day or twice a day. That is only for nutrition, not for any food addiction. How are we able to control our food addiction? Many people ask us, Guruji, सुबह में उठकर आपको चाय की तलब नहीं लगती है? Don't you feel to drink tea? Or if you feel to drink tea, to whom you can tell? No, we cannot tell anybody. So how we are able to control our food addiction and how we are able to control our health? These are the 2 main approaches in our life. There are 9 disciplines which we follow in our life. The first discipline which we follow in our life is rhythmic breathing. The first discipline is rhythmic breathing. What is rhythmic breathing? You all might know that breathing has 2 steps. One is inhaling and one is exhaling. You define only breathing by 2 steps. What is breathing? Inhale and exhale. This is a very wrong misconception. Breathing is not only inhaling and exhaling. Breathing is inhaling, then a pause, which is known as kumbhak, then exhaling and then a pause. This is rhythmic breathing. Nowadays people are not able to control their mind. Why? As soon as they listen something, they react a lot. Why do they react a lot? Because they don't have this rhythmic breathing. They inhale and they exhale. They inhale and they exhale. This is what is happening with our thoughts also and with our speech also. They listen and they react. No. If you follow this principle, you inhale, you pause, you exhale and you pause. This will affect your mind and your soul. Whenever you listen something, you will not directly react, but definitely you will take a pause for a few minutes or few seconds, and after that you will automatically speak or react or respond as it is needed or required. It won't be excessive, it won't be stimulated. It will be in a proper, proportionate and a balanced manner. How can this happen? Now, what is the rhythm? What should be the rhythm of our breathing? We have a practice in Jainism known as Kayotsarg, which defines our breathing. This breathing rhythm should be 6 seconds of oxygen being inside and 6 seconds of carbon dioxide being outside. 3 seconds of inhaling, 3 seconds of kumbhak means pause, 3 seconds of exhaling and 3 seconds of outer pause. Means 12 seconds for one breath, and which will give us 5 breaths per minute. And if you practice this 5 breaths per minute, if you practice only for 5 minutes every day, it is actually affecting your whole thought process and every activity of your day-to-day life. This is a very miraculous practice which we practice every day, morning and evening. We breathe this kind of breathings, morning 24 minutes and in the evening 24 minutes. This is how we control our breath and how we control all our activities, thoughts, addictions and everything of our day-to-day life. Now the second discipline I would like to explain. The second discipline is known as, in Jainism it is known as Iryapat, which is defined as metabolic or body activities. There are 4 kinds of body activities. One is sleeping, another is standing, another is sitting and another is walking. We have 24 hours in our life every day. You need 6 hours of sleeping, a proper 6 hours of sleeping, a proper 6 hours of sitting and working, a proper 6 hours of walking and working, and a proper 6 hours of standing and working. If we divide 6 hours into such 4 activities, we can balance our life very well. But as you know, nowadays people who are sitting are only sitting, who are sleeping are just sleeping, who are walking are just walking the whole day, and who are standing, they are standing on the counters for sales the whole day. Now how to balance this? So there are few stretchings, there are few practices according to which we can balance these activities. So what is the negative part if we don't balance these activities? Our toxics which we take inside, all the toxics which we intake will get accumulated at some places. All the toxics which we intake will get accumulated at such places which will result into some or the other body disorder. If we just go on sleeping, if we just go on sitting, if we just go on walking, or if we just go on standing. If we do only one activity, all the toxics will get accumulated at one place and that will result into some or the other body disorder. But if you want to come out of that, what we should do? We should give stretching. You know, any animal, if he gets some disorder or some disease or some sickness, illness in his body, what he does, you might have seen a dog. What he does?
Stretching.
Stretching. Exactly. He does stretching. So this is the second discipline which we follow, that is stretching. Now what is the science behind stretching? What happens? This is a simple science which we follow at our home also. You might be knowing, in our regular drainage systems, wherever all the toxic things are accumulated, they are accumulated at the mouth of those pipes, of those drainage pipes, where they are accumulated at the joints. This is similarly what is happening in our body also. Where are all the toxics accumulated in our body? The first part where our toxics are accumulated is our neck. Here. So because all the toxics get accumulated over here, what happens? We get frozen shoulder, we get spondylosis. If they don't get accumulated here, they get accumulated over here, which we know as slip disc. If they don't get accumulated here, they get accumulated in our knees. We know as knee problems. And if they don't get accumulated over there, then they get accumulated in our toes, which we know as uric acid. So these are the places, these are the gross places where our toxics get accumulated. Now I would like to tell you, there are some small, sukshma places also where these toxics get accumulated. That is our arteries and veins. Near our heart, there are joints. All the toxics get accumulated over there. So one day the doctor tells you that there are blockages and you will have to do heart surgery. It is a very simple science over there. As we clean our drainage system, you know, always we don't clean the pipes. We just pump it out. Similarly, stretching does this work. If we pump it out, all the toxics can be removed from all the joints. So it is very simple. While sleeping, you do some exercises. While standing, you do some exercises. While walking, you do some exercises. And while sitting, you do some exercises. And all the toxics are scattered and they can be flushed out. The third discipline which we follow is asana, that is known as Kai Krish. Now, if you take a glass of water and if you add some impurities into it, and if that glass is stable, all the impurities will settle down on the base, if it is stable. Similarly, all the impurities in our body, they get settled down at a specific area in our body if we do asanas, different asanas. We have one Chakra asana and Utkrishta asana. We have two asanas in Jainism which we follow early morning and in the evening. These two asanas are ultimate to activate all our 7 chakras. The 4th discipline which we follow is Kayaklesh and Atapna. Atapna means to stand under the sun. Nowadays everybody is suffering from B12 and D3. It does not need any medicine. It needs only 24 minutes of standing under the sun, and it has a proper time. You know, while cooking also, if we put high flame, the food gets burnt out. We need a balanced flame. Similarly, when the sun is there in the sky above 45 degrees, then all our nutrients get burnt out. But when the sun rises, and until 45 degrees, the sun reaches until 45 degrees, in that 3 hours, it takes 3 hours to reach 45 degrees in the sky. In that 3 hours, means for example, we are staying in Kolkata right now, so the sun rises approximately in summer season at 4:45. Now 3 hours means 4:08. Until 4:08, if we sit under sun, do sun bathing or sun gazing, we can do sun bathing and sun gazing. If we do this, the deficiency of D3 and B12 can be eradicated. After that, the main part of life, that is food addiction. Food addiction can be completely eradicated by sitting under the sun. Like now in summer season, if you walk under the sun and you come, you don't like eating. Am I right? Yes. You don't like eating. Similarly, you just sit under the sun for 2 hours or 1 hour or 24 minutes. You just sit under the sun. Definitely you won't feel like to eat. This is not only physical process, this is spiritual process also, because in the whole world there is nothing like sun. To us also it is said that if you want people to follow dharma, you will have to burn like a sun. Then only you will be able to make people follow this dharma. Because sun is the greatest thing of this universe, and it emits so much of energies, it emits so much of lights. That lights and that energy which cannot be caught by any microscope, any telescope or any machine of this modern science, such kind of rays are emitted by sun, and if our body comes under those rays, we can refine, we can make a pure sense of living out of those sun rays. There are ion system also. I will not go more deep. There is ionizing also happening under the sun, due to which our minds, our hormones and everything can get stable because of sitting under the sun for 3 hours in 3 hours after sun rising. Now the next discipline which we follow, the 5th discipline, is known as Pratisamli, which is known as Trataka in Hindu sutras. Now we can do this practice over here also. You close your eyes and bring your eyeballs down over here. You close your eyes, everybody can do this. You can close your eyes, bring your eyeballs on the tip of the nose, and you try to open the eyelid. Your eyelid will not open. Now bring your eyeballs upwards, and then you try to open your eyelid, and you can open your eyelid. Am I right? Yes, everybody experience this. This is a very small thing. According to you, this is a very small thing. This is not the small thing. This is the biggest practice of Jainism, which can help you controlling your food addiction, your mind, your thoughts and everything until Brahmacharya. From a very basic food addiction till Brahmacharya, whatever kinds of negative thoughts you have in your mind, you can control them by just focusing on your nose tip. Our Trataka in Jainism, Trataka is not done on any other outer projections, but this is done on ourselves by focusing on the nose tip. This is our 5th practice. It is known as Pratisamli. Now 6th practice which we follow is our diet plan. We daily divide our diet. We have a special diet plan in Jainism. You might be knowing diet plan as in the form of carbohydrates. You might be knowing the diet plan in the form of proteins. You have these kinds of elements which you actually define as a diet plan. But in Jainism, we don't define them as calories. We don't define them as proteins. Definitely it is defined, but that is classified later on. Previously, it is classified into three parts. The first part is known as prasuk, means the pure food. Second is known as arth, means the waste food. And third is the raudra, means the poisoned or harmful food. So, whenever food goes into your body, first your stomach does not define. You have chips written over there. This is fat, trans fat is this much, protein is this much, this much. Your stomach is not going to define that food into, it is not going to classify what protein it has, what trans fat. No, it is not going to classify in that way. How your stomach classifies your food? Whenever your food goes inside, it first classifies whether it is pure or not. Pure means what? Whether it is timely or it has crossed the time. Whether it is made purely or whether it is having synthetic thing. Whether it is biodegradable or it is not biodegradable. It is synthetic. So first when it will recognize that this much part of food is pure, it will take that. And all the other part of food which is arth, means waste, or which is raudra, means harmful, it will release such kind of enzymes which will tell the intestine that you don't have to digest this material, this is waste, it has to be taken out. So first your stomach will divide food into three parts. Prasuk means pure, arth means waste, and raudra means harmful. Now again, that prasuk part of food, the whole part is not needed by the body. Body needs a limited proportion. That proportion is defined by our genes. That how much blood will store, how much proteins our body needs, what is the kind of my body, it is vata, pitta, kapha, and that whole configuration, like the configuration of a machine, the same configuration of our body, the stomach will decide that how much I need. So that configuration, it will classify into four parts. First is solid, which is known as asanam in Jainism. Then it is liquid, which is known as panam in Jainism. Then it is alkaline, which is known as thymum in Jainism. And then it is cymum, which is known as acidic according to us. So your stomach will classify into four parts: asanam, panam, thymum, cymum. Solid, liquid, alkaline, and acidic. Again, the solid part will be only biodegradable, which will be available from plants. It will detect only that much. If it is not that, it will throw out, it will flush out. Now, liquid also, it will be very natural, and if it is biodegradable, then only it will accept, otherwise it will throw out. Again, thymum also. Thymum it will divide into two parts. First is plant alkaline and then is animal alkaline. What is plant alkaline? Plant alkaline, it will divide into three parts: jaggery, sugar and oil. Jaggery, sugar and oil. Not the sugar which we refined sugar which we eat. It is the original sugar which we know it as brown sugar, not the drug one brown sugar, the original desi brown sugar. So brown jaggery, brown sugar and oil. These are the three plant alkalides. We find nowadays people say peanut butter and soya butter. There is nothing like peanut butter. There is nothing like butter. There is nothing like butter from plants. On palm tail. There is only oil. Plants can release only oil. Butter cannot be made from plants. It is only they are giving the name Vanaspati ghee. This is an illusion. Vanaspati ghee is an illusion. There is nothing like Vanaspati ghee in this world. Ghee, it is a name given to it. If you say some dog comes and if you name dog, if you give any name to that dog, does that dog become that name? If we give dog some name, means hero. If we tell that dog you are a hero, does he become hero? No, it is only named as hero. Similarly, plant, whatever material we get from plants, it is only named as ghee, but there is nothing like ghee in those plants. So our body, our stomach defines it: sugar, jaggery and oil. Now after that, if it is procured from animals, it will define that as again as three parts: milk, curd and ghee. Milk, curd and ghee are procured from animals, and that too it will only accept if it is from cow. If it is not from cow, if it is from any other animal, our body will not accept those elements. So our stomach is completely biodegradable portion of our body. Everything is over here. Whatever is happening is the first part is the stomach. Whatever is defined by stomach, the body will do according to that. And the whole, if we design our stomach in a proper manner, we will never be addicted to our food. So we plan our food into these 4 parts, and we accordingly we take to our body. If we intake our food, so that neither we get addicted to towards any food, or neither we fall sick, or neither it happens that we are facing some overeating, or we are facing some other problems. So according to this, we have this another plan. Now another plan is of fasting. Nowadays, if you ask anybody which is the best diet plan of this world, if you ask anybody anywhere in the world, if you ask anybody which is the best diet plan of this world, everybody says intermittent fasting is the best diet plan of this world, which each and every Jain follows past 2500 years. Why do we need intermittent fasting? Because the solid food which is there in our intestine, it stays over there for minimum 10 hours. Minimum it needs 10 hours to digest. And similarly, we take grains and pulses only once in a day, which stays over there for 10 hours. We do intermittent fasting for approximately 14 hours. Means in the evening, we leave our food at 5:30, 6 o'clock approximately, and the next day morning, we take another intake only after 7 or 8 o'clock, which approximately marks to 14 hours. So 14 hours of intermittent fasting is adequate to keep your body healthy and rid of diabetes. It can control your sugar level. This intermittent fasting is the base to control your sugar level. Otherwise, what happens, you know? If you have an employee, अगर आपके यहाँ पे कोई काम करता है, 10 से सुबह में 10 बजे काम पे आता है, शाम को 6 बजे चले जाता है। अब 6 बजे के बाद समझो बॉस ने आकर उस एम्प्लॉय को बोला कि और 2 घंटे काम करने हैं तुझे, समझो, तो वो मुंह बिगाड़ के काम करेगा। जितनी भी फाइल है 10 से 6 के बीच में जितने अच्छे से फाइल की थी, वही 6 से 8 के बीच में धप 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 करके दे देगा। और अगर आपको ये लगा कि मुझे ज्यादा काम है और कोई काम नहीं कर रहे, यही एम्प्लॉय अच्छा काम कर रहा है, फिर से आप उसको बोलेंगे बेटा 8 से 10 और 2 घंटे मुझे है, कल सबमिट करना है, आप प्लीज करके दे दो, तो ज्यादा ऐसा घूर घूर के वो कैसे भी करके वो काम खत्म कर देगा, ये होगा। और मान लो अगर 10 बजे के बाद उसको एक फाइल भी आपने दे दी तो वो क्या करेगा? सीधा रेजिग्नेशन लेटर आपके मुंह पे मारेगा, आई डोंट वांट टू वर्क। This is what is happening with our stomach. For years and years, we just go on feeding it. Take. The stomach tells Baba, Ruko, I have to do my work. I have to complete my digestion. But we don't stop. We just go on giving. And one day what he tells, you know, तुमको चाहिए ना, तुमको बहुत खाना चाहिए, खाओ। मैं पूरा दिन अंदर एसिड निकालूंगा, तुम खाते रहना, मैं एसिड निकाल दूंगा। And this is where from where the acid reflux comes, overeating, which our body does not need. Then also you just go on eating, and one day it says, I'm resigning. Now how much ever you want to eat every 2 hours eat. The doctor will say, भाई अब आपका पेट खराब हो चुका है, आपको हर घंटे 2 घंटे में खाना पड़ेगा. Eat. You love for these many years, you were just eating. Now eat for the whole life. This is what is happening with our stomach. So we plan our diet once. Grains and pulses should be given to our body only once. And if you maintain this, your sugar and your pancreas and the insulin part in our body will be maintained very properly. You can, if you feel hungry, other than grains and pulses, you can have fruits, you can have some cow milk, or you can have some kind of vegetables in other parts of the day. If you feel hungry at all, if you don't feel, if you can control, it's okay. But if you feel at all, you can. But grains and pulses should be taken only once a day. This is the basic idea of planning food and planning intermittent fasting. These are the 6 theories, and other 3 are vocal, mental. You might be knowing Malkosh-Ram, you might have heard. Have you heard ever Malkosh-Ram? Malkosh.
Yes.
Malkosh-Ram. You have heard Malkosh-Ram. This is the best raga to motivate anybody. Malkosh-Ram. Malkosh-Ram is the best raga to motivate anybody. The Malkosh-Ram, we sing it in this way. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय. This rang is ultimate. It is so spiritual. Even Bhagwan Mahavir, when he used to give preachings, he used to give in Malkosh rang, and you will be surprised that thousands of people used to get motivated to leave their house and go for the spiritual practice for the whole of their life. This was one of the basic reason of people getting motivated to follow such kind of hardships, that is Malkosh rang. And there are so many other ragas like Shiv Ranjani rag, Hansa Dwani raga. These all are different rags that can keep you healthy mentally, physically and spiritually. We sing these kinds of ragas, we sing these kind of gathas, we do, this is known as Swadhyay. Whole day, twice a day, in the night time, early in the morning and in the night, we perform Swadhyay, which is known as Paryatana also. And because of this Paryatana and different ragas and different chandas, we can maintain our spiritual health and our physical and emotional health. And after that comes our mental status. We have defined our, like we define food into three parts, Prasuk, Artha and Raudra. Similarly, we define our mind also in three parts, Prasuk, Artha and Raudra. Now, I will just give one example. Suppose if you find a beggar outside MCCI, if a beggar is sitting, suppose, if a beggar is sitting over here, and you give him everyday 10 rupees note, okay, you are giving a 10 rupee note every day to him. One fine day, you find that beggar in a multiplex. You are sitting and watching a movie in a multiplex in a PVR, and you find the same beggar which is sitting, whom you are giving everyday 10 rupees note. If he is sitting near you, will you give him that 10 rupees note the next day?
Usually no.
No. Why will you not give that 10 rupee note to him?
He doesn't require it. We realize that it was our mistake and we should not now.
So what was your mistake actually?
Without judging, without finding that he requires or not, we are giving him.
That means, according to you, watching movie is not a requirement.
Not priority. Not a priority.
No, I just want to ask whether watching movie is a requirement of human life or not.
Yes.
Then if he is watching, what is the problem with you?
No problem.
It is not a requirement. It is not a requirement.
Actually, it is a requirement.
It is a pleasure.
No, it is not. If it is a pleasure, then you should not see. If you are thinking that is a pleasure and waste of money, that means you are also wasting your money. And you are destroying the economy. No, so I don't want to counter argue. I just want to explain.
Requirement of pleasure, requirement of peace. This is a requirement.
See, even one day a beggar will feel everybody is watching, even I want to watch. Won't he feel? He wants to watch only once. Not twice, thrice, or not for the life. If he wants to watch only once, everybody have their feelings. According to Maslow's theory, we have 6 levels of our livelihood. First is livelihood, second is security, third is self-actualization is the 7th one. The third is your physical needs. Your physical needs every day. So this is a physical need. Even a person has emotions. हर बार पाकिस्तान ही हारेगा और इंडिया ही जीतेगा cannot be. once अगर पाकिस्तान जीते तो क्या वो भी अल्लाह को रोज प्रार्थना करते, अगर एक दिन वो जीत जाए तो आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं होना चाहिए. Being a human being, we should understand everybody's priorities. We should understand everybody's emotions. When if you think that the beggar is sitting uselessly in the front of movie, then I think that you need to require to introspect yourself, how you are defining yourself. Now on the same other context I would like to say, suppose for movie you are telling that you won't give him 10 rupees next day. Suppose if you give him 10 rupees every day and he is taking alcohol every day out of those 10 rupees, will you give him that 10 rupees or not? Definitely not. Now I will show you another part of our life. Suppose someday it happens, it is raining a lot and the same beggar is catching your hand and he is passing you through the road. Will you tell, कि जिसने दारू नहीं पिया होगा वही मेरा हाथ पकड़ेगा, जिसने दारू पिया होगा वो मेरा हाथ नहीं पकड़ेगा? विल यू टेल दैट? नहीं। उसका हाथ पकड़ के आप जाओगे और उसको जेब में से 50 रुपया निकाल के दोगे, वो दारू पीता है फिर भी। दैट मीन्स व्हाट, यू नो, वी डोंट have a proper analyzation of good and bad in this world. We are only analyzing profits and losses in our life. The person who, where if you are benefiting means अगर उसने हाथ पकड़ा तो उसको 50 रुपया देना है, लेकिन अगर उसने दारू पिया और मुझे कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा है तो मुझे उसे पैसा नहीं देना। We are analyzing and we are defining only profits and loss in our life. This is best. This is best kind of mind. A true kind of mind is a person who analyzes the needs of each and every person at their own stage. कई बार ऐसे होता है, मुझे लोग कहते हैं कि आपके गुरुजी के पास जाना हो तो अपॉइंटमेंट लेना पड़ता है, लेकिन आपके पास आना हो तो अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं लेना पड़ता है. So you are a good guruji and that guruji is not a good guruji. People define this way. I tell them, please stop before thinking like this. अगर आप किसी नॉर्मल फिजिशियन डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो तो उसकी अपॉइंटमेंट तुरंत मिल जाती है, लेकिन एक सर्जन के पास जाते हो तो अपॉइंटमेंट 2 महीने के बाद मिलती है ना? तो ये होने से क्या वो सर्जन खराब हो जाएगा? नहीं. ही हैज सो मच ऑफ वर्क टू डू, ही हैज सो मच ऑफ थॉट्स, ही हैज दैट कैपेसिटी. तो अगर मेरे बड़े गुरुजी अपॉइंटमेंट लेके आपको एंट्री दे रहे, सो दैट मींस ही हैज सम मोर वर्क टू डू other than our local life. So you should not only analyze your profits and your benefits and your losses, you should think of the other person's benefits and the requirement of this universe. This is known as prasuk mind, the pure mind. Everybody likes to eat ice cream, right? In summers, everybody likes to eat ice cream. When you eat ice cream, from where does the happiness come? When you eat ice cream, what is the direction of happiness? There are two directions. One is from outside to inside and one is from inside to outside. Both are there. Inside is also there, outside is also there. When you eat ice cream, from where does the happiness come? It comes from outside to inside or inside to outside? I would like to have an answer.
First outside to inside.
Not first or second. It is only one. Either it is outside to inside or it is inside to outside. It is only one.
Outside.
Inside to
outside.
Inside to outside.
Inside to
Outside to inside. Inside to outside. Inside to outside. Now, आपका नाम क्या है?
अजय.
अजय जी, मैं सिर्फ आपको आइसक्रीम देता हूँ क्योंकि आपने बोला आउटसाइड टू इनसाइड. आप आइसक्रीम खाइए, इन सबको बोलिए आपकी आइसक्रीम देख देख के अंदर से खुशी लाए बाहर.
You have to taste it.
From where does the happiness come?
Outside to inside.
अब मान लीजिए, नाउ स्टे स्टेबल ऑन दिस आंसर, डोंट चेंज दिस आंसर. आउटसाइड टू इनसाइड. सपोज आप आइसक्रीम खा रहे हो, खुशी अंदर जा रही है और आपके घर से फोन आता है कि गैस का सिलेंडर फट गया है, तो वो खुशी अंदर जाएगी कि नहीं जाएगी?
जाएगी. नहीं जाएगी.
क्यों?
दिमाग उधर चला गया.
तो आइसक्रीम तो जा रही है अंदर.
आइसक्रीम घुसेगी नहीं ना दिमाग.
नहीं जा रही, आइसक्रीम जा रही है अंदर, खुशी जाएगी कि नहीं जाएगी?
उसकी फीलिंग नहीं आ रही है, माइंड डाइवर्ट हो गया.
क्यों खुशी क्यों नहीं आ रही है?
दूसरी चीज ज्यादा हावी हो गई.
सो दिस इज, आपको किसी को कोडिंग में जावा लैंग्वेज के बारे में कुछ पता है? कोडिंग में लैंग्वेज होती है, कंप्यूटर की लैंग्वेज होती है जावा लैंग्वेज. उसमें सब कोडिंग किया हुआ रहता है कि अगर ये होगा तो ऐसे करना है, ऐसा होगा तो ऐसे करना है, ऐसे होगा. ये कंप्यूटर है ना, जब मैं ए दबाता हूं तो इसको पता नहीं है कि ये ए दबा रहा है. इसको सिर्फ इतना पता है कि इतनी लाइट्स मुझे ऑन करनी है और इतनी लाइट्स मुझे ऑफ करनी है. ऐसे ही जब आइसक्रीम अंदर जाती है तब हमारे सोल को पता नहीं है क्या अंदर जा रहा है. इसके अंदर कोडिंग हुआ रखा है. इफ एनी स्वीट थिंग, इफ एनी सॉफ्ट थिंग, इफ एनी कोल्ड थिंग कम्स इनटू माउथ in the summer season, you have to become happy. ये सिर्फ कोडिंग होके रखा है. And if anything adverse comes in front of us, you have to forget this and you have to think about that adversity, how to come out that adversity. These all is coding happening over here, and soul has that power to format all such codings which we have done. We have formatted all kinds of codings. हमारे सामने चाहे कोई भी अच्छी परिस्थिति है, हम उछलते नहीं हैं, और चाहे कुछ भी गलत आ जाए फिर भी हम उबलते नहीं हैं, हमने हमारी कोडिंग को फॉर्मेट कर डाला है, इसको स्टेबल कर डाला है। ये स्टेबल करना, इसको फॉर्मेट करना, दैट इज स्पिरिचुअलिटी। तो एक लास्ट एक एग्जांपल मैं देता हूं। मान लीजिए यहाँ पे प्लेट है, एक प्लेट में दाल रोटी सब्जी रखी है और एक प्लेट में समोसे जलेबी रखी है, आपकी नजर किस पे जाएगी?
समोसे जलेबी।
क्यों? क्योंकि वो कोडिंग होके रखी है,
ये टेस्टी है,
वो कोडिंग होके रखी है। यहाँ पे ये कोडिंग होके रखी है और इतनी बार उसको देखोगे, इतनी बार देखोगे कि वो आपको मन कर जाएगा। दिस इज द साइंस बिहाइंड एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स। आप टेलीविजन पे जितनी बार देखोगे, 24 घंटे के अंदर 10 बार देख लिया, 11वें बार आपको वो लेने का मन होगा। हम उसको देखना ही पसंद नहीं करते, हमारे लिए वो भी सही है और वो भी सही है। वी फॉर्मेट अवर माइंड and that is why we are don't get addicted. The day you get everything balanced, you will not get addicted neither to food or neither to anything. If you follow these 9 disciplines, definitely without going to any diagnostic center, without going to any other modern technologies, you will be able to control your sugar and your diabetes and your food addiction very easily. I end my topic over there. Now if you have any questions, yes, please.
Acharya ji, it was wonderful knowing the coding of our mind, and I appreciate the way you have presented in a simple layman's language that how we should take up our life, our priorities in day-to-day life. It is so important. So simple, plain language you have described it. And you have also highlighted how the Jainism, especially, though I have respect for all the religions, all the faiths, they do have their own all advantages, all good things must be having. But I understood that to discipline yourself, discipline your mind, discipline your soul, you need to discipline certain values, certain ethics, and certain systems, which you just suggested. There could be so many questions, there's queries from my visitors here. So I will take one by one. And also you spoke about the physical breathing in rhythms.
Yeah.
My first question is from my side, I take priority. You just explain, like you said that one can divide the whole 24 hours into 4 subdivisions, subzones, 4 zones.
Yes.
It's like if you walk for 4 hours, if you work for 4 hours, if you sleep for 4 hours, 6 hours, sorry,
Yeah.
6 hours each. If you sleep for 6 hours, it has a balancing act.
Yeah.
And you could be healthy. I understand this. So will you please just explain something more about this 6 hourly work on this?
Actually, 6 hours is a basic ratio. This is not what we have. This doesn't happen with everybody. This is just a ratio.
Okay.
So if you want to, suppose if you are sitting for 12 hours, so now you know that your legs will be tired because you have given extra stress for 6 hours, and you have to balance, you have to bring it out from that. So that much exercise you will have to give your knees, your ankles and your waist. You have to give that much of rest so that it can come out from the all kinds of injuries and all kinds of wounds that it has got after 6 hours.
So it reminds you to.
Yes.
So this is a wonderful idea. If anybody has queries, yes, please come one by one. Anybody? Yeah, please go ahead. Bolo.
मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन आपका शुरुआती बात, आपने कहा कि आप दुनिया के कोई भी कोने पे चले जाओ, वहाँ पर कोई रीजियनल फूड तो आपको मिल जाएगा, लेकिन रिलीजियस फूड नहीं मिलेगा। क्वेश्चन यहीं से शुरू होता है। रीजियन और रिलीजन ये तो दोनों अलग चीज हो गया। वैराइटीज रीजियन में सिमिलर रिलीजन हो सकता है और सेम रिलीजन में वैराइटीज रिलीजन हो सकता है। तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, कैन वी से दैट Jainism the only religion which can revolt inhabitant of the world to uplift their life apart from any religion.
No, I wouldn't say this kind of, I wouldn't emphasize this kind of thing.
We cannot dare to say this.
It is the only
There
thing.
will be trouble. So
No, it is not only about trouble. It is exactly what Jainism says. Jainism has a very big thought in this world that is known as Anekantvad. Now, what Anekantvad says that everybody is incomplete in their life personally. Everybody is incomplete in their life. You study Jainism, and what you find over there that is lacking in your life, you take it from there. This is what Jainism says.
वेरी गुड. अब यहीं से मेरा सेकंड क्वेश्चन है. एक तो आप बता रहे हो कि ये जानने का लिए हम पूछ रहे हैं कि आप सब का भावनाओं को महत्व देना परम धर्म है, और वहीं आप कह रहे हो कि आपको आपका लाइफ कोई भी आप डायग्नोस्टिक सेंटर में मत जाने के लिए, कोई भी मेडिसिन नहीं देने के लिए, स्वस्थ रहने के लिए आपको जो खंडेलवाल जी ने बताए कि 6 आवर्स करके आपको 4 इक्वेटिव
रेशियो करना है,
डिवीजन
और
रेशियो करना है.
रेशियो में इतना है कि 6 घंटे के अगर ज्यादा हो जाए तो वो समझ लेना कि वो
उसको
आपके
बैलेंस करना है.
लगे है उसको बैलेंस करना.
लेकिन आज का सोशियो इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन में जहां आदमी ये सोच में मजबूर हो जाता है कि कल क्या खाएगा, वहां पर ये बैलेंस कहां तक पॉसिबल है?
तो ये जो रिदमिक ब्रीदिंग है, रिदमिक ब्रीदिंग, मैं आपको उसका एग्जांपल भी बताऊंगा. एक आदमी है, यहाँ पे रहता है, ही इज ए बुद्धिस्ट, ही फॉलोज बुद्धिज्म. हलदार, उसका सरनेम हलदार है, बाबू हलदार. इसने 2013 में ब्रीदिंग प्रैक्टिस शुरू की. जो मैं ब्रीदिंग प्रैक्टिस बता रहा हूँ वही ब्रीदिंग प्रैक्टिस, इसको बुद्धिज्म में आनापान कहते हैं. द सेम विच इज नोन एज श्वसन सुधि इन जैनिज्म, इट इज नोन एज आनापान इन बुद्धिज्म, आनापान सति. He started this practice. He is from a very downtrodden family. He started this practice until 2018. For 5 years, he tried to control his rejuvenation of body. Now, what happens? Actually, everything is purified by oxygen. Everybody knows. Your blood gets purified in the lungs by what? Oxygen. If oxygen reaches to every cell, no cell will die. No single cell of your body, if it gets proper oxygen, it will not die. What is happening? Our nutrients are dying, our cells are dying. That is why we need food. But if you give oxygen to that cell, it will not die. Now, on this theory, what he did, he started living his food. उसने खाना पीना छोड़ दिया. 2018 से लेकर 2023 तक, अभी मैंने उसका एग्जामिनेशन लिया था, उसने 5 साल से सुबह में सिर्फ एक चाय का कप पीता है, पूरा दिन कुछ नहीं खाता है. अगर आप ये रिदमिक ब्रीदिंग फॉलो करोगे, आपको कोई इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस भी नहीं लग सकती आपको. और उसकी बात नहीं है, मैं खुद साल भर में 360 दिन होते हैं और 180 दिन मैं खाना नहीं खाता हूँ. जैसे आज का दिन मैंने खाना नहीं खाया. मैं हर साल, मतलब मान लो साल भर में मैं 200 दिन खाना नहीं खाता हूँ. पिछले 20 साल से 200 दिन साल भर में मैं खाना नहीं खाता हूँ. बाकी के जितने दिन है उतने ही दिन खाना खाता हूँ, और फिर भी मुझे कोई तकलीफ नहीं होती है. Means this, I don't want to say that you need to practice these things, but by practicing these things, you can eliminate so many problems of your life.
और सर ये तो जोग हो गया, ये हम लोग कहाँ जोगी बन पा रहे हैं इस भोगी वाला जीवन में?
जरूरत नहीं है. ये आदमी सलून में काम करता है.
अच्छा,
15,000 का पगार है इसका.
अच्छा,
मेरे पास वीडियो वो आज लगाया नहीं तो मैं मेरे पास
नहीं, आप
जितना भी मैंने कहा उतना सारा एग्जाम्पल्स है मेरे पास. मतलब जितना भी मैंने बोला ना उतने प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम्पल्स है. ये उसकी मम्मी, उसकी बहन और बहुत सारे लोग, जो अब हम भी है ना, मान लो अगर आप हमको कमर्शियली भी मानोगे ना, हम दिन में 4 घंटे 5 घंटे, मैं 11 बजे रोज सोता हूँ, सुबह में 3 बजे मैं उठ जाता हूँ, बाकी का सारा दिन मैं काम करता हूँ.
एग्जैक्टली. दिस इज ग्रेट. दिस इज ग्रेट.